Hi guys, and welcome to another Glory road trip. Yes, indeed, we are out and about on the highways and byways of Western Australia once again. Same as last year, we're actually on the Great Eastern Highway to be precise, and we are heading to Northam to catch up with our great friends from Northam Springfield FC. Nina Lockyer and the other volunteers out there have done an unbelievable job. The club is going from strength to strength at the moment, and we are heading to catch up with over 100 juniors. Very excited to be going out there today. We're going to be joining in with one of their training sessions, a little bit of a Q&A, signing some merchandise, some giveaways, that kind of thing. So it's set up to be a great afternoon. As you can see, been joined in the car this year by a couple of our ALW players. It's a very warm welcome to Rola Badawiya in the front, new signing, and fellow American in the back, Gabby, Hollar as well. Thanks very much for your time today, guys. Appreciate that. And just in case you're wondering who that is, just sort of in the side of the shot there, that is Floyd, the fantastic Floyd, our new videographer. He's here basically for, I suppose, for safety reasons, to make sure that I don't break the equipment or switch anything off that I shouldn't be switching off. So here we are. We've got about half an hour to go before we arrive in Northam. I managed to actually get lost in Northam last year, so I'm hoping we'll just have our chat for the next half an hour, and then when we actually get to the sort of boundary of the city itself, we'll probably have to finish the interview, because I can't multitask in any shape or form. So Rola, let's start with yourself.
Okay. As
we said, welcome to the club. Anyone who's familiar with the A-League will be familiar with your name. So you played for the Mariners previously, and I think Sydney FC as well, wasn't it? You were there as well. So what was the thinking behind switching it up and coming to Glory this year?
Honestly, I feel like it was the people. Like the staff have been so welcoming and so helpful. And then I also knew one of the girls that had played here last year, and she had nothing but great things to say. And so, yeah, I was really excited to come, and I'm so glad that I came, because I've already met such amazing people, my fellow American gal over there, and everyone is so nice, so nice.
All right, so we'll throw to you, Gabby, and the microphone will have to make its way quickly into the back there. Now, obviously, a second season in purple for yourself. Year one, on reflection, certainly not dull, bit of a roller coaster. How do you reflect on it?
It was a great first year, as in like got my feet wet, got the lay of the land, but a lot of unfinished business, I would say.
In terms of sort of health and well-being, we know you had some very, very sort of unexpected and random issues last year. How are you feeling now? What's the latest?
Yeah, no, I'm all good, off all the medication, and have a healthy report. So just really excited to get back to it.
All right, so we'll switch up to the off season, and Rola, I'll bring you in now, because I don't want this obviously to turn into like an episode of the Drew Barrymore show. I'm not going to start shrieking or leaping up and down in the seat, but it looked as if there was major news on the personal front for you in the off season. I saw a ring involved. So
this whole thing.
We're all. I mean, like. Floyd is only here for the romance. We all are. So give us the full. We need how you met. We need the full story. Come on, we're on a road trip, so let's go deep into the story.
Okay, deep. Okay.
Yeah.
So I met my partner 8 years ago, back in California, where I'm from, and we met at uni. He played water polo there, and I played football, obviously. And one day we also have different stories of how we met. I think we met at a volleyball game, but he thinks we met at a house party. So I don't know which one it is, but either way, it was the same day. I just don't know which one came first. But yeah, so we met there, and we were kind of like, just like, it wasn't like quick. It kind of took a while.
Slow burner.
Yeah, very slow burner, playing hard to get both ways. It was one of those. And then we ended up getting together in around like probably 9 or 10 months after we met.
That was a slow burner.
Yeah, it was very slow. I know. It was crazy. And then what happened? This is 8 years ago, so bear with me.
Fair enough.
So he is a year and a half older than me. So he graduated and went back to Australia. He's Australian from Sydney. And I stayed and played and finished my degree. And then basically I went and played in Italy. And then he was still living in Australia. So we did long distance for like 3 years.
That is proper long distance.
Oh yeah, it was very hard. We did long distance, and he obviously was in Australia, and then I was in Italy at the time, and we didn't see each other for 2 years, like not even like through a window or anything because of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, so didn't see each other for 2 years straight. And then in the third year after COVID finished and finally we could, and Australia was very strict with their policies of COVID. I couldn't come in, he couldn't get out, so it was very hard. And then we got reunited in Italy, and I finished my season there. And I went back to California, and he went back to Australia. And then I moved to Sydney, and I played there for 2.5 years, and we finally got reunited. We got to be together, so that was very nice. And then we moved to Portugal. Then we played in Portugal. I played in Portugal. He played water polo there. And then we got engaged, and here I am.
Was it a surprise, the proposal? Were you sort of, or did you kind of have a feeling it was coming?
It was like kind of both. Like I knew he was gonna do it in Portugal. Because I told him, I was like, the clock is ticking here. Like, when is this coming? So, and he was actually going to do it in Sydney, but then like Portugal was such a last minute decision. And he had the ring and everything and he was ready, but I had to literally leave in like a week and leave to Portugal. So then I knew like, okay, now it's happening in Portugal because this is too long now. And I was just coming home from training one day, and then I told him because I'm very like this, but I told him that I really wanted to wear this one specific dress when he proposed to me, so he better make sure that I was gonna wear it the day that he proposed. So when I came home, he had my dress out, he had like his expensive watch out and nice outfit out, and I was like, oh, it's happening.
It's coming. It's on.
Yeah, it's coming. And then he took me to this like really beautiful beach in Porto in Portugal, and it's like it's really nice. It has like this church in the middle of the ocean where like sometimes of the year where it's like high tide, it gets covered, so it's like a church like floating in the middle of the ocean. So it was really cool. But this time it was like low tide, so we got to go in like up and inside the church and all this stuff and like walk around, and so it was so beautiful. It was everything I hoped and dreamed for.
Some story.
Yeah.
Well, some sort. Floyd is crying. I don't know. I just heard some whimpering in the back there, and I'm not surprised. I don't think there's a dry eye in the car. Great story. So we're going to get the microphone going back to. We're going to bring Gabby in terms of the off season. Gabby, I know there was a lot of family time for yourself. You've got 2 sisters. I think you're the oldest, aren't you, of the 3?
I am.
And you were all back at your mum and dad's.
Yes,
at
pure
some time during
chaos.
The off-season. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it was within 48 hours of I think it was a weekend, and we all were home within 48 hours. My parents went from having no kids home to all of us home. So my dad said the house looked like a bomb went off. I think that was a bit dramatic, but it was so good. Just a lot of quality time with family that is just priceless.
And you're quite proud of your kind of small town Ohio roots. Tell us a little bit about West Liberty, and then I'll drop in the research that I've done.
Yeah, so I'm from a very, very small town in Ohio. We have a total of 3 stoplights that make up our town, and you could walk from one end of town to the other in about probably a minute flat if you were just taking a stroll. So I love where I come from, small town roots, farm town USA basically, but I'm loving getting to explore the rest of the world.
It's got 2 taverns, according to Wikipedia. Is that correct?
Well, I think that is incorrect. Well, maybe now. Up until about a year ago, maybe 2 years, we were a dry town. So like no alcohol, nothing could be sold or bought or whatever. But I think now, I think they're changing with the times a bit. So I'm not sure though.
At least tell me that the annual tractor parade is a thing.
It is still
Excellent.
a thing. The Labor Day parade went on when I was home. Growing up, I used to ride in the back of the trailer, and my my babysitter, he had a tractor that he'd drive me and my friends around, throw some candy out to the other kids that weren't in the parade. But the Labor Day parade, if you look up West Liberty, Ohio on Google, it'll be the first thing that pops up.
Was there honestly a bring a tractor to school day?
There wasn't that many, like it wasn't like the parking lot was filled with tractors, but it was like during homecoming, like homecoming prom, like Spirit Week leading up to the dance. That was one of the themes.
Sensational. So in terms then, Gabby, of growing up, as you said, in a what is a very small town by the sound of it, how did your football journey begin? How did you go from those sort of roots to where you are now?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of time in the car. I would drive an hour to go to training growing up. Well, my parents started off driving us, and then they were very happy when we got to the age where we could drive ourselves. But me and my sisters would drive an hour to go to training, and then I just spent because I didn't play for any big clubs or anything. I also I played high school basketball, so the big clubs wouldn't really let you play more than one sport. So I grew up playing. I wanted to be a kid for as long as possible, so I played my high school basketball, ran some track, and then I just went to ID camps. I went to a lot of college camps, and luckily my dad and I would spend summers on the road. Like I remember growing up, like in high school, I didn't have much of summer because it consisted of all of soccer, just going to different camps, hoping to get the opportunity to get an offer from college, and it actually worked out. So it's kind of a unique journey because a lot of people played for big clubs and went a different route than what I did, but it was all worth it.
Because it was quite a sporting family, wasn't it? Your mum played
basketball. Yeah, my mom played college basketball. My dad has coached basketball for over 20 years. My sisters both play college soccer. So we're more of a basketball family, I would say, than a soccer family, but we've all stuck to the soccer thing so far.
So would you be a Bulls fan up in that part of the world? Would that be
the Bulls?
Chicago
no,
Bulls?
I would have to say I'm a Cavs fan. We got LeBron's not with us anymore in Ohio, but grew up on LeBron being at the Cavs, and so we would go to Cavs games every once in a while. But yeah, I'm a Cleveland Cavalier girl, I would say, if I had to choose.
I get you. All right, well, let's go across to the kind of the other side of the country. We're going to head to California, Rola, if you want to grab the... Can you sort of tell us a little bit about your football background? Is it Riverside, is it?
Yes,
yeah.
nice.
Home of Ronda Rousey, isn't it, I think?
It's funny because it's like there's no river in Riverside, but it's called Riverside. Sorry, what was the question?
Just a little bit in terms of how your football journey started out, I guess.
Oh yeah, I started playing when I was about 7, and I just I was pretty much a tomboy growing up. Just started kicking a ball and enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, and yeah, I just went the club route. Even though California is very, very big, a lot of places are super far as well. So I would have to train probably an hour away each way every time. But it was so nice. It was really good. I grew up with a lot of good clubs. It was really good competition. And then I signed, actually, nobody knows this, but I did sign to UC Riverside, which is a school that was 15 minutes away from me. But I didn't really want to go there because one, it was way too close to my house and I wanted to leave
away,
and have fun and all this stuff. But my dad is very strict guy. So he really wanted me at the house and, wanted me to be really close and all that stuff. But so I signed there as a freshman, which is year 7, which is really, really, really early. And I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't know, you're supposed to talk to colleges and, tour them and all these things. So I just signed there because I thought that was the right thing to do and
So
what
you're
you're
like
supposed
12
to do.
years of age at this
It was
point.
really young, like super
Wow.
young, yeah. And like, you don't even know like how you're gonna end up playing by the time you graduate
No
high
idea.
school. So yeah, it was really it was very interesting. And then probably a month before I was supposed to graduate, then to go to UC Riverside, I actually dislocated my shoulder and tore all the ligaments. And so I had a lot of reflecting to do in that time. I was out for 9 months. And I just felt like that decision wasn't right. And I felt like I knew that I didn't want to go there, but I didn't know how to like stick up for myself as a kid. So I basically like took that time to reflect and said, you know what, like I actually want to go to a school that like I want to pick. So I actually decommitted there. And I started looking to see what colleges like would fit and where I want to go. And then Cal State Long Beach came along. And for those of you who don't know, it's like 20 minutes inland from LA, Los Angeles. And yeah, I loved it. It was amazing. It was so much fun. By the beach, met my fiance there. Such great people. It was really, really fun. But I only stayed there for 2 years. It was a public school and I'm a public college. And then I transferred over to Cal Baptist, that one was 15 minutes away from my house, but I actually chose that one.
A bit more independent by this
yeah,
stage
exactly.
than you
By
were
that
when
stage,
you were 12.
yeah, by that stage, I was like, you know what, I can make my own decisions. And I absolutely loved it. Like, I feel like Perth is like a similar vibe to my experience at Cal Baptist. Like, I feel like it was a very like it's an underrated club. Not many people like back them, I would say. But the staff were like just so amazing, so helpful, so kind, and like I think I was at a time where I really needed to build my confidence, and they helped me with that. And I feel like I'm at a similar time in my life right now. So that's another reason why like I did choose Perth, because of the people and like the confidence they give me, and yeah. So that's me.
Well, that whole college system is something that is kind of endlessly fascinating, because I think it's so
Yeah.
different from systems in a lot of other countries. So I might just bring Gabby in, because I know you went through the college system as well. Tell me this, Gabby, and I've asked a few American players this. Do you really actually have to do much work? You kind of do, don't you? 'Cause I
Yeah.
think we have this idea, I think, or a lot of people have, that you basically, because you're good at football or good at whatever the sport is, that you just you get a bit of a free pass, and you maybe have to turn up for the odd lecture every now and then, but really you don't have to do too much.
God.
That's not the case, is it?
No, not the case at all. No, it's like having a full-time job. Like you're a student. Like I remember, like the worst is like when in the off season, because that's when your trainings are the hardest and you stack your classes so that the season's a bit easier. And I just remember like I'd get up on like in the middle. It's also the middle of winter, so it's cold and you don't want to get out of bed. It's dark when you get up. It's dark when you get home. But no, it's a grind. It's definitely a grind. I think that the movies make it seem like it's all
They do.
partying and yeah, and that's not the case. There's there's some fun in there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as easy as I guess it would seem.
Did you enjoy the experience, though,
Oh, I would do
overall?
it again in a heartbeat. Like college, and it makes me sad that you guys don't get the college experience over here, especially with the athletics involved. No, I'd do it again. So I would do it over again for the rest of my life if I could.
And what did you make? Now we've established that you did actually have
I
to do
did
some
actually go to
academic
school.
work. What did you major in?
I got my undergrad degree in psychology with a double minor in forensics and sociology, and then I got my master's degree in sport management. So a little bit all over the board.
Wow, right.
So I actually did go to school, earned those
That's a lot of
degrees.
So what was the kind of alternative career path if for example, football hadn't worked out with what you've studied there? Where were you thinking in terms of what potential industry to go into?
Yeah, before because of COVID, we all if you were a soccer player during COVID, you got an extra year, like a red shirt year is what we kind of called it, but it was a COVID year because we got a season canceled. So before that, I was planning on just doing school, didn't honestly plan on playing after, and was going to get my post-grad in something to do with my undergrad. So I was going to go like clinical mental health counseling down that route a little bit. But because of COVID, I got another year. So I got to play, and I actually graduated with my degree early. So I transferred mid-year when I transferred to my last school to work on my master's. And so because of that, like you can't start, it's really hard to start programs mid-year. So I chose sport management because it was still something that I was very interested in, a field that I could see myself working in one day, but I could stack the classes and get it done in a year so that I would be done playing at the same time that my schooling was done, and be finished with a master's degree in a year. Or if I would have tried to go the like clinical mental health counseling road, I would have had like in a year, I would have had maybe like 12 out of 60 credits. So for me, it was just financially, it made more sense to, and logistically, because then by that time I'd kind of decided I wanted to possibly try to play after, and trying to do school back home and then playing possibly on the other side of the world would be probably pretty difficult to juggle. So I wanted to get all my schooling done and soccer done at the same time.
Because you then ended up in NPL Victoria, didn't you?
Yes.
And I know you were having a really prolific season, the season that I say we signed you, Glory signed you at the time. So how did that move?
Yeah, I mean, it all kind of happened fast. I graduated in December of 2023, and then by January I was in Melbourne. So I just kind of worked with an agency, and it all, like, I think I had like 3 days to decide, am I going to Australia or not? And obviously I chose to go, and it was honestly like the best decision I could have made. And so it just all went from there. It happened really fast, but I just decided that it was what's best for me. I've always wanted to come to Australia, so I thought, well, life experience wise, even if the football thing doesn't work out, it would be a great experience. But it's all come together. So
sometimes those bold decisions, they pay off, don't they?
Yeah, they do sometimes.
So just coming up to the I suppose to the here and now, Rola, I'll just throw this one to you. When you're not playing or training and you've got a little bit of downtime, what sort of stuff do you get up to? Let's say, for example, if you were going on a road trip like this where you're not driving, or if you were flying on a long flight as well, what sort of stuff are you watching? What sort of media are you taking on board? How are you passing away your time?
Oh, I love Love Island. I love to watch Love Island. That's definitely my show. I'm such a reality TV kind of girl. Like, I love all reality TV. It's so fun to me. But I love going to the beach. That's another huge reason why I came to Perth, because it's so beautiful. And I hear like the beaches here are the most incredible, like if not in the world. What else do I like to do?
Would you go on reality TV?
Oh my God, I always told my fiance, I said if we ever broke up, I'd go on Love Island. But no, I don't know. Like, that's the only things I watch are like kind of like dating shows.
Right.
So yeah, I couldn't go on it now. Oh, it's so funny.
Right, I'll throw that one to you, Gabby, if you want to pass that back through. Now we've established Rola's questionable TV viewing habits. Nothing wrong with that. Very popular shows. They are indeed. Gabby, what about yourself? Media-wise, what sort of stuff are you into? Are you into podcasts or anything?
I love my true crime podcasts. True crime podcast is what I listen to if I have my earbuds in. That's exactly what I'm listening to. Not a big reality TV gal. I can't. If I watch it, it has to be like with people because I need to be able to like converse about it. Like I can't just like binge watch it myself. I think last season Meg and I watched Love Is Blind, and that was pretty good. That one's Love Is Blind. I would watch that. But that I'm not a bit. Other than that, not really a big reality TV gal. I like to cook in my free time. I guess you can't do that when you're traveling very much. But I like to read. Big reader. I like binge read instead of like binge watch shows. Like I will start a book and it'll be done. Like I can't put it down if I'm into it.
That's a great feeling, that, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, can't wait to read the book again. And it's like Meg and Izzy make fun of me of how fast I read books, but a little bit nerdy that way, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm not.
What's the signature dish with the cooking? I
don't know if I have a signature dish. I like to mix it up a little bit, but I also like once I find something that I like, I'll make it like until I'm sick of it, and then I like, and then I'll be like, all right, time to find something new. But I like a lot of bowls like Mexican or like chicken and rice and broccoli, like simple. I like simple but good, if that makes sense.
Because you were in that international shared house last year, did you feel that the other people took advantage of the fact that you actually liked cooking?
Not really. I think me and Meg and Izzy decided that this year, like, we were gonna actually try to cook more together. We cooked some meals. Oni and I cooked a lot last year together. Our go-to was burgers. We really liked making like smash burgers with like, she was in charge of the fries and potatoes. I was in charge of the burgers. But yeah, no, I think I got a membership at Costco, so me and Izzy and Meg said that we're gonna go and cook some more meals together because we can buy stuff in bulk and cook together. So I can't wait to get into that.
I've just got visions of you staggering out of Costco with like 240 toilet rolls.
Izzy and I went in and we spent over an hour in Costco the other day. We walked like 2 kilometers in Costco. We were there for quite a bit, but I was like, it was so fun.
Did you actually buy anything? We just browsing?
Oh yeah, no. Well, we decided we need to figure out, because I was like, is it different than American Costco? Was my thing, like, because I've been to the American Costco, wanted to see the difference, wanted to see what it had. So we decided that we were just gonna walk every single food aisle. Like, we weren't going in for specific stuff, and so we did a lot of like shopping with our eyes and like,
That's
just
dangerous.
like yeah, very dangerous. We walked out with a lot more than we intended to get, and the bill was a lot larger than we expected. But all good stuff.
So if, other than Costco, if there was one thing that you could say that you've really fallen in love with since you've been in Australia, what would it be?
Ooh, the beaches. Like, I've never been, like, I live in Ohio. It's a landlocked state. Like, there's no beaches in Ohio. So I love to go to the beach. So that's been my favorite part outside of the football, is just being able to go to the beach. I love like the markets, like the Frio market. I loved going there last year. But definitely the beach.
And Rola, I'll pass that same question on to yourself. Obviously, the one thing you've fallen in love with clearly is your fiance, so that's one aspect of it. If we take him out of the equation briefly, in terms of other Australian things that you're a big fan of?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from California, so like I'm used to the beaches, but like these beaches, like they are different and in the best way. It's just so beautiful. It's so nice. I just love like the vibe here as well. Like in America, it's very like all work, no play. And here it's very like casual and it's like more chill, which I really like that aspect. I love, what else do I love here? Oh, you know what I really love? I don't know if I just didn't notice it in America, but like the dogs here are just so beautiful. I feel like they're more, they're so well behaved. Like you're just walking around, no leashes, no nothing. And I'm like, I aspire to be that person one day, to have a dog that I don't have to put on a leash, like just goes up to everyone, loves everyone, and they're so gorgeous, like the most gorgeous dogs you'll ever see. I don't know if it's just an Australia thing or because I love it here, so I just see everything beautiful, like but yeah. And I'd say I like the people. I think everyone is like super kind, super welcoming, and like I don't feel like out of place when I'm here, which is nice.
Sounds lovely. I think we might have to leave it there because we have, believe it or not, we are only 3 or 4 minutes away from our destination, and this is where I got lost last year. I mean, I don't know how because there's literally like one street, but
I haven't seen a shop or nothing for miles.
but I did notice, Gabby, you were distracted by that agricultural machinery over there, which I imagine is.
Really been catching my eye.
No,
Yeah.
the sheep have been so cute.
They have indeed. But no, thanks very much indeed for chatting, guys. It's been illuminating.
No, that was so fun.
Hopefully had some fun along the way as well. And that is it for this particular Glory road trip, other than to give a quick plug to the vehicle that we're driving, which is an Isuzu D-Max Ute. Thank you very much to Isuzu, who do of course sponsor the A-League men. It really is a very good drive.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
Obviously, I haven't mastered the act of reversing with the trailer. That is simply beyond my my technical abilities. I did try once with a trailer full of mulch that I got from Bunnings, and Yeah, 45 minutes it took me, and I still didn't get it right. And in the end, I just had to unbuckle it and walk it in by hand. So that is no reflection on the Isuzu D-Max, which is a fantastic vehicle. And thank you very much again to Isuzu. And thanks very much indeed to everyone who has watched this on YouTube or wherever you found it. And hopefully we'll catch up with you again over the course of the season.
Woohoo!